All right, good morning, traders. Today is September 19th, 2023. My SPY pivot this morning is 444.76. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. FNGU, QQQ, and SPY all consolidating on the daily charts. All three of those in hourly downtrends at the current time, at the close of Friday. The close of Monday. Diamond Dow is consolidating on the daily chart and currently in a 15-minute chart downtrend. IWM is about to break the neckline of the bearish head and shoulders pattern. On the daily chart, US dollar index and crude oil, USO, continued their daily uptrends while UNG, SLV, and GLD just consolidate to the right in they're currently in downtrends at this time, daily downtrends, but they're just consolidating over to the right. Market indices have been in a period of daily consolidation at this time. FOMC statement at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Let's be aware of that. Now let's go look at some charts. So let's get, we don't want that one. We want, just a second here, this one right here. All right, let's open this up. All right, so let's take the SPY. Let's get it open here. So let's go look at a little bit at yesterday's price action. In order to do that, I'm going to pull up the 15-minute chart. Here's a little bit of the pre-market. All right, so there is the last high that needed to be breached. Yesterday, we traded up. This is a 15-minute chart. We came down. We made a lower low, slightly lower low, and we came back up, and we could not breach this high. So we failed, and then we started back down to challenge the low. Now, here we are. I don't think they finished their move. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know. It would have been nice to see them kind of complete the move to the downside for the bears. For the bulls, this is a good sign, the fact that they couldn't close it below. But it's still pretty weak. So it's just consolidating over to the right. So we had so here we are in the pre-market trading up at 444.01. Where do I think it's probably going to go today? I don't know. I think it's just going to consolidate over to the right. But we do have an uptrend line right through here. Now, if we draw this in, let me get this going here. And if we stretch this out and connect that over there, you can see here's the 15-minute chart. I think we have a possibility of coming down to this target down here, right down here to 440. Now, if we get there soon, we could continue a little bit further. If we wind up there at the end of the day, we'll see if we get a bounce off of it the following day. But if we get there sooner, they could continue a little bit further past and really spike this uptrend line right here. So I think there's a possibility that we visit this sometime today or Wednesday. We'll see what happens. On the north side, all right, we have to get up over 444.76. Let me edit that. All right, so that would actually be breaching the highs we made yesterday. If we look at the daily chart, okay, we have an igniting candle to the downside. We have a pause candle right here. We have a possible one-day MMRP setting up. I think they've already hit resistance, and I consider resistance to be, see this anchored VWAP right there, that blue line? That blue line actually starts back here on this low. So here we have that anchored VWAP. So resistance has already been hit. So I'm looking for 3 days of downside minimum if that's going to play out. First, we got to get a downtrend, okay? We got to get a 10-minute downtrend happening underneath VWAP in order for that to materialize. All right, so if we don't have that, until we have that, I don't see the MMRP playing out yet. But I'm going to look all day today for that 10-minute downtrend to materialize underneath VWAP to come down to that uptrend line. So here we are. Here's the uptrend line. You can see it again on my other chart. Starts by connecting this low and this low. And you can see we came in here, but we came up short of hitting it. There's a possibility they may want to come down here and spike it later today or tomorrow. We'll see what happens. All right. So there's SPY. So if we look at SPY currently, we started a new uptrend. We got a higher low. We got a low. We got a higher high. So see, here's your high, higher low, another higher high. All right. Then we got a pullback right here. All right, to the midpoint right there. That's a midpoint pullback. Then we bounced off the midpoint and we hit this downtrend line right up here. Now we pulled back and we're testing this low. Now this low is either going to hold or it's not going to hold. We're going to find out. We're going to find that out either today or tomorrow. Now, if they start producing lower lows, then we will now have a new daily downtrend with a lower high and a lower low. So right now we have an uptrend that's being challenged here at this pivot low. We'll see. Now they could actually come down here, create a new lower low, and that would put the SPY in a downtrend at that time if they make that lower low. Because at this point we'll have the lower high and a new lower low. So we'll see what happens. Currently, we're in a daily uptrend. It's a new daily uptrend, and we'll see if they can hold on to that or if it's just going to get extinguished right here at the 450 level. So there's SPY. Now, if we look at the candle from yesterday, of course, we made the lower low and a lower high, so things are moving down. Where did it close in relation to the trend indicator? Trend indicator's red right here, and you've got the 8 EMA and the 3 EMA and the price action all underneath your 17. So not a good sign for the bulls. So there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. Just want to back out. You can see this is the consolidation triangle right there. All right, bulls need to break the downtrend. Bears need to break the uptrend. QQQ. All right, let's pick up a clean chart here so we can see it and delete that. All right, so let's look at yesterday's candle. Yesterday's candle makes a lower high and a lower low. All right, they're in the same process. They were in a daily uptrend with a lower high, with a higher low and a higher high. All right, now this low is not being challenged yet, but this pullback low right here is being challenged. And they've got a new lower high over here. If they happen to make a lower low today or tomorrow, they will now enter a new daily downtrend at this point in time. All right, so there's QQQ. All right, again, consolidating on a triangle here with, let me see if I can clean that up. There you go. All right, so here you go. Here's the downtrend line. All right, all I did was connect these up right here, bring it all the way out to there. All right, bulls need to break the downtrend. Bears need to break the uptrend. You can see right here they spiked it. We'll see how much further they get to today. Now let's take a look at FNGU. All right, now this is the one that moves the markets. All right, FNGU has a neckline. I have it here somewhere. Right there. Blue line, that's our neckline. All right, so FNGU, excuse me, it's the coffee this morning. Here's our uptrend. We have a higher low, and we made a higher high. We made another higher low, failed to make the higher high. Now this low is being challenged. Now, if we start making a new lower low and a lower high, that would be a very bad sign for the FNGU. If this starts rolling over, it's going to drag QQQ and SPY. There's a good chance it drags the two of them down with it because wherever this goes, those two tend to follow. So here's FNGU. Let's look at it on the daily chart. Here we have a lower high and a lower low. Also, make a note, we've got the 3 underneath the 8 EMA. So there's a cross on the daily chart. We like to trade a cross on the 10-minute chart. Right now, we got a cross happening on the daily chart. All right, so here's the cross. And you notice all three, we've got the 8 EMA, the 3 EMA, and the price action all underneath our 17-day trend indicator right here. So that's FNGU. All right, so what has to happen? Well, first, the bulls got to breach this high. After breaching this high, they have to work on this neckline. After working on the neckline, they got to take out this high, which may be the same day, because this will probably trade up to an area around here. So breaching the neckline and this high would be a necessary task for the bulls, and then just start working on this area up here, this breakdown. So bulls got a lot of work to do for FNGU. We'll see what they can get done today and tomorrow. Let's go take a look at IWM. All right, so here we are with IWM. Now you've got a head up here. You got a left shoulder and a right shoulder. Okay, we start breaking below. Here's your neckline. Connect this low with this one. That's your neckline. We start breaking below this neckline, and we could see some possible continuation to the downside. Right now, we don't quite have a downtrend. All right, we still haven't made a lower low as compared to this low here. All right, and we still haven't made a lower low as compared to this low here. We have made lower highs, all right, but we still have not made the lower low yet. So this is hard to believe, but this still remains in an uptrend, but it's underneath our 17 EMA trend indicator, making a lower high here. So this lows, if these fail us, this would be the major support, and you could see the market start to break down from that point on. Unless, of course, things turn around, like the dollar starts to drop, and then we'll see what happens then. So there's IWM. Bulls have to break this downtrend line. Bears have to break the neckline right here. So there's IWM. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. All right, so here's Diamond Dow. Failing to close. Here's the pullback. Failing to close over the midpoint, but there is a bullish scenario to this. It's hard to see, but they are grinding up against this midpoint, and it may just take them more time to get through this. So here is the triangle. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so here's the triangle. Here's our pullback. Now notice, here's our low. The next low is higher. And the low after that is higher. But we haven't produced a higher high. So we're still in that uptrend, except that we have to break these highs over here and produce a higher high. That's the problem right now that the Diamond Dow is having. Okay, if we look at it on the daily, right here from this point on, we've got a lower high, but we've produced a higher low. Still have not produced a higher high yet. So Diamond Dow's experienced some consolidation through here. So you can see the move up from here, point of origination, moves up, and it's now just consolidating. And if we look at where it's consolidating, right over the midpoint there. Now in relation to the pullback, if we look at just the pullback, you can see here's yesterday's candle, lower high, lower low. In the pullback, we are underneath the midpoint. All right, but we have been challenging the midpoint a couple times now. So they're poking holes in it. Eventually, there'll be a hole in there that price could probably slip through. We'll see what happens. So Diamond Dow consolidating, IWM consolidating. All the markets are consolidating. Excuse me, all the indices are currently in daily consolidation. Now let's go take a look at USO. All right, so here's USO. This is crude oil. Nice chart on crude oil. Notice the higher high, the higher low, and the higher high. Yesterday's price action. Higher low, higher high. 3 and price all up over the 8. 8 price and 3 all up over the trend indicator. This is bullish. We are in a daily uptrend for USO. Nice move for USO. Crude oil is moving up. Now let's go take a look at natural gas. Here's natural gas, and it's just in a, probably looks like a big bear flag. Here's your flag pulled down, and it's just a hockey stick over to the right. So nothing really happening currently in a downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows on the daily chart. Kind of challenging this downtrend this week. We'll see what happens, but here we are with UNG. All right, so UNG just stuck in this channel between $6 and $7.50. Needs to break out. Bulls need to break out of this $7.50 range. Bears need to break it down from the $6 range. So there's UNG right there. All right, just consolidating over to the right. Nothing really to report that's bullish or bearish at this time, other than the fact that it's been in an extended bear flag. It's putting in a really nice bottom, if you ask me. That's probably like a 6-month bottom there. Let's go take a look at some precious metals, SLV. All right, here's SLV. Here's our uptrend. So here's our point of origination. Moves up, and now it's just consolidating over to the right. So bulls need to break the downtrend. Bears need to break the support line here at 170, at 2030, 2050 right there. All right, so you can see that. Here's the channel that it's in. You got to break this channel here at 2040. All right, for the bears, and the bulls need to break out up here. All right, so it's just consolidating all through here. Nothing really to report, just fish around the edges. That's about the best I can offer. GLD. GLD, consolidating, big point of origination, big bull flag up, and then over to the right. So it's just consolidating. Bears need to break the downtrend. Bulls need to break the 175 support line. Excuse me. Bears need to break the 175 support line. Bulls need to break the downtrend. So again, we're just consolidating right through here. Just moving to the right. Eventually, one of these is probably going to break. All right, so there's GLD. Now let's take a look at, here's our US dollar. All right, so here's US dollar. Having a little pullback today. We were up around the 105 range, but still remaining in trend. So US dollar in a bullish chart there. You can see taking out the minor resistance here, the major resistance here, the major resistance here. So right there, you can see here's a bullish move, and the US dollar is bullish at this time. So we'll see that's US dollar index. So we'll see what the markets do on this pullback here today. All right, for the economic calendars, let me see what we got here. Here we go. Economic calendars, we got housing starts and permits at 8:30 today. EIA petroleum status report 10:30 tomorrow. The big one is 2 p.m. We get the FOMC announcement, and then 2:30 they're going to talk about the reasons why they made that announcement. So the big one is tomorrow regarding the inflation and what they're going to do with interest rates. So today should be kind of quiet. We'll see what happens, unless of course it trends down and is a risk-off situation. Earnings calendar, not too much happening on the earnings front. If we go back today, AutoZone reports this morning. That's 46 billion right there. That's about the only one that's really of interest. And tomorrow we got FedEx 62 billion and General Mills 38 billion. So those are the three biggest ones I think this whole week. And we already looked at the economic calendar. We already checked out the dollar. So now let's go take a look at three other markets. We're going to take a look at our semiconductors. So here's the semiconductors. Bull flag up, sloppy bull flag over to the right, just consolidating here between the 147, 143 and 159. So the bulls need to break out the top up here. Bears need to break the bottom down here. All right? That's it. Just a bull flag consolidation. SMH. IYT. All right, here's IYT. I don't even think it got down that low. I put this in here earlier. So this is about as low as it got. So IYT in a daily downtrend, making a lower high and a lower low. Excuse me. So bulls need to break this downtrend line. Bears need to break the support line right here. That's IYT, just in a daily downtrend at this time. Big bear flag right here on the daily chart. As you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 days down, and then a range over to the right. So we'll see what happens today. IYT in a downtrend. XLF is the last one. XLF breaking this downtrend right here. Nice job for the bulls. Making a higher low, producing a higher high. So let's see if they can produce another higher low and another higher high. XLF looking real good here. So bulls are getting it done. Hopefully they don't roll over, but it's looking good so far. So here's the financials moving up. All right, so now I'm going to take questions in the room. Turn the recorder off. Everybody out there in YouTube land, hope you subscribe. Click the like button if you like the video. We are offering an open house this week. It ends Friday. I think that's the 22nd. Let me make sure. Look at my calendar. 22nd, that ends. The link is in the description. You'll see it down below. And you can click that link and enter our trading room and see if a trading room environment is suitable for you. But you are invited to an open house here at BYOB. We also have one open house at Hit and Run Candlesticks, and we have an open house at Right Way Options. So all three rooms are in an open house situation for this week. We hope to see you here. All right, and now I'm going to take questions. Thank you, everybody out there on YouTube, for listening to my videos.